Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from cats.com, where we're all about cats. And if you've encountered an unfortunate cat bathroom accident, or maybe your cat has decided that your laundry hamper is their new litter box, then this is a video you're going to want to watch to the end, because in today's video, I'm reviewing these 6 different laundry detergents or laundry boosters that are all specifically formulated for really tough odors. Many of these are specifically designed for pet odors. Let's just say there are some clear winners. So I'm gonna start with my least favorite and let you know what my favorite is at the end. So let's get into it. Now, before we start, just note that if your cat is using something other than the litter box to go to the bathroom, that can sometimes be a sign of a medical condition like a UTI. So if that is happening, just make sure to get your cat checked out at the vet just to rule out any underlying conditions that may be at play. Now, at this point in the video, you may be asking yourself, Sarah, how did you actually do this experiment and how did you actually test out these detergents? Well, let me just say, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, you should, because of what I will do for you in the name of science. So for this experiment, I took 6 cloths just like this, all in different colors so I could keep them color coordinated. And what I did is I buried them in the bottom of Gordon's litter box. I was using a non-clumping litter. I did use Pretty litter, and the reason for that is I wanted as much of the cat urine to remain in the litter box and just be able to soak into the fabric while I was running this experiment. And I left all 6 cloths in the litter box for a week. So they were, trust me, they were soaking up the odors of the litter box. And by the end of the week, all 6 cloths smelled absolutely terrible. I would say out of 5, they were all definitely a 5 out of 5 for odors. Every single day while I was scooping the litter box, I would just stir them around in there and they all smelled absolutely terrible. So my next step was to try each of these laundry detergents to see how well they could actually remove the odors from these sample cloths. As far as actually washing them, I wash everything with a normal load. It was not on heavy. However, I did use hot water just for sanitation purposes, unless the detergent specifically said that it was designed for cold water, in which case I did use cold water as intended. I also measured out the recommended amount of detergent just so I could give it a fair shot and use the intended amount and just see how these detergents, how well they would work. Now, one other note is some of these detergents do come in different scents. However, I did go with just the unscented option if they had it available. But I did want to measure the cleaning power of the detergent itself and not like a masking power of a fragrance. So just keep that in mind. So let's start in last place with this Persil laundry detergent. And unfortunately, this one was the least favorite on my list for a few reasons. Number one, it did perform really pretty well at reducing the odor, but it wasn't quite as good as some of the other ones. So I would say this took the odor down from a 5 out of 5 to a 1 out of 5. But the reason that I did not like this is unfortunately, it did not come in an unscented option, and I found the fragrance on this laundry detergent really overpowering. It just has like a very strong like laundry detergent smell. It has sort of a fresh scent option, which personally I found a bit overwhelming, especially compared to some of the other ones that left no residual fragrance. However, that being said, there's still a lot to love about this detergent, and I think if you see this in the store, this could be a great option. Now, firstly, it was the least expensive option of all the ones I tried. For $25.99, you get 82 loads in this jug, so only 32 cents per load. It also has this nice ergonomic handle and this measuring cup. So I love the packaging on this one. I think if you don't mind the fragrance, this could be still a really good option. Now, the next 3 detergents I'm going to talk about, I would say are all sort of tied on my list, but are better or worse depending on the specific needs you have or what you are washing. So you'll also notice that some of the ones I'm talking about are enzymatic laundry detergents. And basically these are detergents that contain enzymes, which are microorganisms that actually help break down the organic waste and can help neutralize the pH. And in general are known to be pretty effective generally for removing odor, but the downside, as as they can be sometimes more expensive. So next on my list is this Dirty Labs Enzyme laundry detergent. Now this I would say is the best option for delicate laundry because this is formulated for cold water, and I did do my test with cold water and this was just as effective as the next ones I'm going to talk about. Again, I would say this one took the scent down from a 5 out of 5 to a 1 out of 5, which was super impressive, especially because this was in cold water. Also, this is another unscented option and the fragrance is very mild. Like you really cannot smell much of a scent at all. I would say this was like the second most mild fragrance. So also if you are sensitive to fragrance, this could be a good option. However, this is a bit more expensive than the first one on the list. So this is $18 for this little can of 32 loads. So 56 cents per load. So definitely more expensive. Another thing I like about this one is it does come with a silicone measuring cup on the top. And it also is made out of recycled aluminum. So if you're trying to reduce your plastic or you want to be more sustainable with whatever option you purchase, then this one could be a good option for you. Next on the list, we have the LaundraPet laundry detergent. This is almost exactly the same to the Persil in the sense that this is almost the exact same price per load. It's 32 cents per load, so tied for the least expensive. These also do not come in any fragrance-free options, so this one also does have fragrance. It also comes in a similar type of bottle with a handle like this, although I will say I think the Persil one is maybe a little bit nicer bottle in terms of the ergonomics. But what I do like better about this option and why it's a little higher on my list is the fragrance on the LaundraPet laundry detergent is a little bit less overpowering, and I do find it a little bit more of a tolerable fragrance. So if you are sensitive to fragrances, this may be a little bit better option than the Persil. My next favorite was the Skout's Honor Laundry Booster. This one is vegan and cruelty-free. It also uses plant-based ingredients. This one is a little bit different though than the first ones that we talked about because this is actually not a standalone detergent. This is actually a laundry booster, so it's meant to be used alongside a laundry detergent. That being said, for this experiment, I did just try to use this on its own first, just to see how well these ingredients would actually remove the odor before I involved any other separate laundry detergents. And this one also performed very well. It took the odor down from a 5 out of 5 down to a 1 out of 5. I also really like that this one has a fragrance-free option with no additional fragrances, and it does have hardly any scent at all. It just has like a bit of a like soapy type of smell, but there's no, overpowering fragrances or anything like that. The only thing I don't love about it is I do wish it had a little built-in measuring cup like some of the others. That would be nice, but overall, I think this is another good option. Runner-up for my favorite was Absolutely Clean. This is another laundry booster that's meant to be used alongside a detergent, but it does come in this spray bottle, so it is really nice if you need to spray around like a whole stain or something like that. But however, there are some interesting other things you can do with it. So they actually say that you can wash your entire laundry machine with this stuff, and I bet it would work really well for that because let's just say I was very impressed with the effectiveness of this laundry detergent. It took the scent down from a 5 out of 5 to a 0 out of 5. Even after I washed this only one time, and this was used by itself without an additional detergent, this completely removed any scent. Even if I was like smelling the fabric up to my nose, I could not detect any urine smell or really any odor at all. And the fact that this is fragrance free, like what's not to like about it? This is an amazing option. This is also made in the USA and it's just incredibly effective. That being said, the only thing I did not like about this one is the price. Considering this container was $16.99 and they say that you should use 2 ounces per load for deodorizing purposes, this is like $2.12 per load, which was by far the most expensive. However, I'm sure if you have ever experienced cat urine on your clothes, then you will be willing to cough up the extra $2 for the effectiveness of something that really, really works. So I would definitely recommend this option. However, let's get into my very favorite option in first place. And then finally, my all-around favorite was the PetTergent laundry detergent. This one is specifically formulated for pet odors, and let me just say it does really work. This one took the odor on the fabric from a 5 out of 5 to a 0 out of 5. It completely removed the odor after just one wash, which let me say, I'm impressed that any of these reduced the odor as much as they did, but this one really worked. This also has vet approved ingredients. This is another enzymatic cleaner, so it has those enzymes to help break down the odor. And it really worked, and the price is also pretty reasonable. So this one is 72 cents per load. This container is $22.99 for 32 loads. So really pretty reasonable, and you could get a lot of use out of this. So this was my all-around favorite. But as I mentioned, all of these worked really well. Like even my least favorite still was very effective at removing odor. So all around, I think there's a lot of good options, and I will of course link everything down in the description box. This is not a sponsored video. I forgot to mention that I did purchase all of these on my own for review purposes. And that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. Hopefully you won't need to use it anytime soon, but if you do, then this could be a good resource for you. Let me know down in the comments if you've used any of these in your experience. And until next time, bye.